Hello everybody, how are you today? Welcome to American Textbook Reading Series. I'm Brian Stuart. In this lesson, we're looking at Social Studies Book 3, Lesson 2. Lesson 2 is Living in a Neighborhood. Neighborhood is the area in which you live. So in this lesson, we will discover different places in our neighborhood, and we will also talk about the types of people you can find in those places. Okay? Well, as usual, let's start with the vocabulary. Our first vocabulary word is park. Park. It's a place, a public area. Public area. What does that mean? You have a public area and a private area. A public area, everybody can go there. It's not private property, somebody's house, where they say, you can't come into my property. It's a public area. All the citizens can go there. All the people can go there. You can go there to rest, right? Lay in the sun. You can walk. You can play. You can walk your dog, ride your bike. Just be careful and respect other people in the park. Park is an outdoor area. Okay, that's our first word, the park. Second, a zoo. Great, is this your favorite place to go to? Have you been to a zoo before? If not, I recommend that you go to a zoo soon. You can see many different kinds of animals. For example, in the picture, we can see a giraffe. Can you see a giraffe in the park? No, of course not. That's crazy. But you can go to a zoo and see giraffes and maybe lions, monkeys, penguins. You can see all sorts of animals from all over the world. So a zoo is a place where various kinds of animals are kept for people, that's you and me, to go and see them. Okay? So if you haven't been to a zoo, I recommend it. Okay. Our next word is, it's actually two words, childcare center. Childcare center. There are many centers in your neighborhood. Childcare is an adjective. It's the type of center, right? You might have a sports center, right? But in this case, we have a childcare center. So center is a place that is made for a specific purpose. In this case, it's a place where children are taken care of while their parents go to work. If your mom and your dad both work, they're not at home to take care of you. And if you're too young to go to school, you should go to a child care center. Sometimes people call them daycare center. It's the same thing. Child care center, daycare center, same thing. So people other than your parents can take care of you while your parents are busy during the day. Okay, so that's a child care center. Our next word is a type of person. The type of person here is an artist. Artist. An artist is a person who paints, in this case, paints or draws or makes some kind of art. Artists are very creative. They have a big imagination, and they use that imagination to make art, whether it's painting or making a sculpture or drawing or whatever. They are artists. Okay. Next, we have a word, improve. Now, this is a verb. It talks about an action to make something better than before. When you improve something, you make it better than it was before. Now, you can also improve yourself. Every day, you can learn something new, and that's how you improve yourself. So, good word, right? Okay, let's continue. Next we have avenue. Avenue. Now, an avenue, we can also say it's a street, but there are many kinds of street. An avenue is a wide street in a city, right? It's a nice street, maybe trees, lots of cars. In some cities, though, avenues can be a little smaller, but they have many trees, and in a nice neighborhood, it's an avenue. We can also call it a street. We can call it a road. Some streets are boulevards. Boulevard is a very wide avenue in a city. So an avenue is just a wide street in a city. It's another word for street. There are many kinds of streets. Okay. Next, we have another type of person. This type of person is a scientist. A scientist. Notice the white lab coat and the gloves. Sometimes they wear protective glasses because sometimes scientists do experiments with dangerous chemicals, right? Just a scientist is someone who is looking for more knowledge. They are constantly improving their mind, their knowledge. So a scientist is a person who studies science, but really it's a person who studies nature and things that happen in the natural world. And they want to know why, how, right? They want to know these questions. Maybe you want to know these questions. Maybe you will grow up to be a scientist one day. Okay. Next, we have an architect. Oh, that's a difficult word. Repeat after me. Architect. 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 An architect is a person who designs buildings. They don't make the buildings, they design the building. So if you like to draw and you like big buildings, maybe you can become an architect. You can draw and plan buildings. And then many people will build a building based on your design. Pretty cool, huh? So architect. Okay. Next we have an inventor. Many things that we use in our life, right? They were made for the first time by someone a long time ago, or maybe nowadays just a few years ago. These people are inventors. They make new machines. They make new tools. So an inventor is someone who makes something new, a person who makes something new. And we have a picture of a famous inventor, Thomas Edison. He's famous for many inventions. Probably the most famous invention is the light bulb. Bing, right? We have electric light bulbs thanks to Thomas Edison. Okay. Let's move on to living in a neighborhood. What are the places in your neighborhood? So you think about your neighborhood, the area around your house. What are some different places that you can think of in the area around your house? Well, first of all, you probably think of school, right? Because we go there every day, or we used to go there every day. Hopefully, we are still going there every day. School. A school is where you go to learn, right? Next, we have a zoo. We talked about zoo in the vocabulary section. You can go there to see many different kinds of animals. Also, we talked about a child care center. A child care center or daycare center where you go, somebody takes care of you when your parents are busy during the day. Next, we didn't talk about this place. I hope you don't have to go there. It's called the police station. The police station is where police officers gather before their work. Many police officers work in the police station. Some police officers go there to change into their uniform, to get their police car and drive around. It's where the police are who can help you in case of an emergency. So the police are there to protect you, and this is their office building, the police station. Next, we have the library. You go there often, don't you? Okay? The library is where you can find many books and also videos. You can find a lot of knowledge, a lot of information in a library. And usually kids can go there, adults go there to study, to pick up new books, and to read, to improve your minds. Last, we have park, and we talked about park before. A park is a big, open, outdoor space where you can walk, you can rest, you can ride a bike, you can do many things. It's a public place. Anybody can go there. Okay, so these are different places in our neighborhood. Okay, we talked about different places in the neighborhood. Now, let's talk about some people in the neighborhood who can help you or who can do things for you. There are many people in your neighborhood that make your neighborhood a good place to live. Let's look at 4 different types of helpers. First, we have a zookeeper. We talked about zoos before, right? Zoos are places you can go and see many animals. But who takes care of the animals? Who feeds the animals? Who makes sure that the animals are healthy and doing well? That person is a zookeeper. A zookeeper takes care of the animals. They feed the animals. They give medicine to the animals. They make sure the animals are healthy and happy. I hope. Okay, good. That's a zookeeper. Next, we have volunteer. Volunteer. Maybe a little difficult word. What is a volunteer? A volunteer is someone who helps other people not for their job, not for money, just because they are a good person, right? They want to help other people. So you might volunteer to help older people in a nursing home, for example. You can go and read stories to the older people. You can help them with their meals. You can help clean up trash, pick up trash in your neighborhood. That's being a volunteer, and it helps everybody in your neighborhood. So if you like to help people, maybe you can be a volunteer. It's a good thing to do. Next, we have teacher. Now, you know what a teacher is. In your school, there are many teachers, and you have different teachers for different subjects. You have an English teacher, you have a math teacher, you have a science teacher, you have many different kinds of teachers. They teach other people. Okay, finally, we have police officer. Remember, we talked about police station, places in the neighborhood. Well, at the police station, of course, you can find police officers. But you can also find police officers on the streets in your neighborhood, because police officers walk around your neighborhood. They drive around your neighborhood to make sure everyone is safe. And if you need help, you can always go to a police officer and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Police Officer or Ms. Police Officer, can you help me?" And they will help you. So those are different types of helpers in your neighborhood. Now let's read the reading passage about living in a neighborhood. So all the vocabulary we learned and all the ideas that we looked at, we'll find many of those in the reading passage. So let's read together. Read with me if you want in your mind or out loud. Read out loud with me to practice understanding the words and saying the words too. You guys ready? Let's begin. In our neighborhood, we can see many different kinds of places and people. There is a park near my home. My family and I go for picnics there in the summer. The park is a good place for everybody. Next to the park, there is a zoo. The zoo is home to different kinds of amazing animals. Among those animals, I really enjoy watching monkeys and elephants. Close to my home, there is also a child care center. We take our baby sister there every morning before school. Scientists, architects, and artists work hard to improve our neighborhood, making wide avenues and beautiful buildings. Good. Inventors also create important things. Our neighborhood is a clean and safe place to live in. Many different kinds of people work together to make our neighborhood better, and you can too. Okay, very good story. You can too. You can be a volunteer. Okay. Now it's time for the reading skill, and this is to classify. Classify means to put words or objects into certain categories or groups, right? Here we have two groups. One group is places and one group is people, right? So places and people, two groups. We need to put the words into the right group, okay? And we have 3 blanks. So from our vocabulary, think about the vocabulary that we studied. What words would we put in each blank? One word, A, is a place. B and C are people. Okay, so let's take a look. Places. We see a park, a zoo, and a child care center. We take our baby sister to the beep every morning. So every morning they take the baby sister to this place. Do they take her to the park every morning? That's possible, but they probably, every morning, they probably take their baby sister and they leave her at that place during the day, and then in the evening they come and get her, or the afternoon they come and get her back. So you don't want to leave a baby sister in the park every morning. No, that's not good. And don't leave her in the zoo. That's dangerous. That could be dangerous, right? But if you leave her at the child care center, then at the child care center, there are people who will take care of her during the day. So that's our answer. We take our baby sister to the child care center every morning. Okay, good. Okay, so child care center is a place. Good. Next, we have people, and there are two blanks. So we need to find words that describe two different people, okay? So remember the vocabulary that we talked about. So there are people like scientists, beep, and artists. Oh, by the way, pronunciation. Scientists, artists, right? So don't make an extra syllable for the S at the end. It's not scientists. No, it's just scientists, okay? Scientists, artists, okay? There are people like scientists, beep, and artists. They work to make this place beep. Okay, so what can we put in the blanks? Well, we learned a lot about different types of people. Scientists, you could put different words there, but what I think they're looking for is someone who makes the place better. Yeah, you could put architects, that's true, but what about inventors? Inventors make new things. They really do make your whole life better. Architects just make buildings. Yeah, that makes your life better, but inventors make all sorts of things. So there are people like scientists, inventors, and artists. They work to make this place or neighborhood, what? They want to improve it. They want to make it better. So remember, improve is to make something better. We can't use improve here. You can't say they work to make this place improve. That doesn't make sense because improve is a verb. It should be an adjective, better. So they work to make this place better, right? They work to improve this place is another way you could say that. Okay, so we have places and we have people. Places, park, zoo, child care center. People, scientists, inventors, artists, architects, right? And those people, what do? They make our neighborhoods better. Okay, very good job, everybody. I hope you learned a lot in that lesson. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.